If nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, chosen ones, you already know I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't happen to get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. As well, chosen ones, you already know. My voice is too raspy to be whispering. Thank you, Fire Leo. So at this point in time, it's best for you to probably go ahead and hit that volume, all right? So before we get started, as always, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribes, gifts, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you, babies. Because I don't always get to pause in the middle of my message to relay those things to you, all right? So thank you so much, chosen ones. I appreciate you. Thank you, beautiful. So let's start. Chosen ones. Right now, there's some of you that are currently asking God to provide certain things for you, right? There's some of you that you may not be getting what you're asking for right now. And it's because you ain't doing what God asked you to do in order for you to get it. Now, let me say that again. There's some of you that's currently praying for certain things to come through for you, but you haven't done what God asked you to do in order for those things to come towards you, right? And I say that, chosen ones, because it's almost like this. You have to realize that there's some of you that are asking God for certain love to come in, right? Now stay with me because we're going to go on every aspects, right? There's some of you that's currently asking for certain love to come in. You could currently be connected to a person that you know that you shouldn't even be with. So this is somebody God's been showing you signs and synchronicities that you should leave them. They've been creeping, been deceiving. You don't feel no spark with them. Some of you done sat there in the lines with a person more so like a business partner than somebody that you're in a relationship with, so on and so forth. So some of you are asking for love to come through, but you asking for love to come through for that from that individual that's not for you. So in order for you to get love, you got to do what God asked you to do, and it's remove yourself from that person that's not for you, right? That doesn't have the ability to give love to you. There's some of you right now that's asking for a certain a house, a certain car. But God said you can't get that because you ain't do what he asked you to do. Now, what is that? One, you're going to have to show gratitude. Are you grateful for the things that you do have? Because no, you do not have. Some of y'all may not have no vehicle, but you got two legs. See, there's somebody who's in a less situation than you that's praying to get to where you're at currently, right? See, there's some of you chosen ones that you complaining about the things that you do have just based upon the fact that of who you want to attract. So you thinking less about your circumstances, but I want you to realize it's about who you're surrounding yourself with, right? Because you could get that new house, you can get that new car, but if you connected to people who are not for you, you're not going to get too far, because God's not going to reward you to get to these individuals that he said that they couldn't get it based upon what they did or what they didn't, right? So there's some of you that want that new house, but the last house you had, you wasn't even happy. It was your dream come true, but the individuals that you had in the house with you wasn't for you. So in order to get that new crib that you want, you're going to have to get rid of that person that's using you in order to stay in it. You got to get away from that person that's going to put your things at a risk. So again, chosen ones, you working so hard to obtain certain things, and you can have the ability to get it, but you have to listen. Are you doing what God's calling you to do? Have you walked away from so-and-so because they feel like they're going to get that free ride with you? There's certain individuals you waiting for a car right now, right? You want whether or not this is a car that you're looking for, or you waiting for your circumstances to change for you to have a car, right? But I want you to think about this. Some of y'all, as soon as you get the car, you talking about, or you concerned about who you about to have in it. So you feel like, oh yeah, but wait till you get this new whip, everybody's gonna be in your face. Then wait till you get this new whip, so and so's gonna regret what they did, so on and so forth, right? When really God was just showing you a lesson about them, that this person was going to limit you, that this person was going to use you, that they was going to get a free ride to go to where they're going to, and was not going to have to put no work in because of you. So God was like, nah, Absolutely not. I see how so-and-so talks about you behind your back. You won't be giving Nate no ride to the store. You won't be giving him no ride back. You won't be picking him up from this. You won't be going to take him to that. So on and so forth. So God sat you down just so that they have to sit it out. Just so that you can see the truth about them. So again, you're going to get what you asking for, but did you do what God asked you to do? So you sit there, chosen ones. If he's telling you to remove these people from your life, that's what you're going to have to. If God's asking you to, again, be confident or appreciative of the things that you already have, in a sense. Be grateful, because you already are in the middle of a dream that you once had. You understand? You in the middle of your manifestations right now, chosen ones. Your prayers are getting answered. But if you so caught up in other people's perspective, other people's opinion, so on and so forth, you're not going to see that it's arrived. You're not going to see what's occurring. You're going to always be looking at you like you're lacking, and you're not, right? Now, I have to say this too, chosen ones. There's some of you that, again, in order to get what you're going to get, you have to listen to what God's guiding you to do. So if he's telling you to walk away from so-and-so, that's what you're going to do. But there's some of you that don't want to make no moves because you want God to tell you everything that he's about to do for you before you do. That's not how that works, honey. That's not how that works, sweetheart. See, God may act like you have an actual a choice, but some of you don't. So that's almost like your mother saying, oh, well, which room do you want to clean? You going to clean up your room now, knock it out, and you can get this? Or which room do you want to do as far as your chores? So your parents asking you what chores you're going to do, or some of you are the parents, right, to ask your children. Now, I'm going to give this in a comparison of how God carry you too. So them chores is going to get done regardless. So that vacuum, you're going to vacuum that floor, that bed's going to get made, them dishes is going to be washed, your mess is going to be picked up, whatever the case may be, correct? But God will give you an option on what you want to do first. What do you want to do before he enforces the moves that you're about to be doing? So there's some of you that feel like God says, okay, well, you got to let go of that job in order for you to have true abundance come in. You have to let go of that position where there's no peace in it in order for you to be prosperous. But there's some of you that's like, you don't want to leave that job. Oh, well, this is when you come up with excuses for it. Oh, well, what you going to do to pay your bills? What you going to do to survive? What you going to do this? You got things to do, right? But if they was to fire you today or they was to fire you tomorrow, what would your ass do then? Apply to some applications, look into a different direction, correct? So, chosen ones, God gives you free will. What's your choice and what you want to do first before he enforces it? So, some of y'all have it confused thinking that you're going to stay the way that you're staying. It's not happening. So you might be there for a little while, but you're going to be forced out. So there's some of you, job positions are limited now. You're getting fired, or you're getting God's guiding you to walk away from that position. And you wondering what you're going to do. You won't know the answer until you listen to what God's telling you to do. Because there's some of you that's equivalent to you asking your mom, they saying, clean up your room, and you saying, well, what am I going to get? The privilege to still have the things that you have then. The privilege of still being under this roof. Like, chosen ones, you don't get to talk to God crazy. And that's how some of y'all are. It don't matter if you sitting there respectfully questioning him. If your ass is questioning him, you already got karma and consequences coming in. So if he's telling you to do something, you do it. You don't ask him 1,000,001 questions, especially if he's already gave you confirmations pertaining to it. So there's some of you, he's telling you to leave that job and you questioning him how everything gonna work out. He not gonna give you the answer until you do what he told you to do. Why would he sit there and try to barter with you? Absolutely not. I'm just saying, chosen one. So there's some of you that God's saying, this is your divine person. And you, well, how is that going to work out between us? Or they stay here, I stay there, or I'm building this and they building that. Whatever the case may be, God's not going to tell you the answer unless you make the move that he told you to do. God's not going to sit there and always tell you the reward that he has in store, because he wants you to do it based upon the fact that that's what he's guiding you to do. There's some of you that question too much. I understand about you wanting to be precise. You wanted to sit there and make sure you're making the decisions that's right. But there's some of you that God and gave you multiple confirmations and your ass is still sitting there asking him for give another demonstration. Absolutely not. Are you going to make that move or not? There's some of you, he's telling you to relocate and you saying, how are you going to figure it out? chosen ones, God has everything worked out. So don't ask him, excuse me, because I think I seen a little, I don't like insects like that. I seen a little flying, had a, but chosen ones, there's some of you guys not going to provide the next move unless you do what he asked you to do. He's not here to barter with you. He's not here to beg you. He's here to guide you because he knows what's best for you. You got to know that God is the most high. So although God has a lot of names, some people call him God, some people call him Allah, some people call him Jah. You understand? But some people call him the most high. But when we describe them, we talking about the same thing, right? So the highest of the high. So the most high. And when some people say, oh, the universe will give you what you want, we know that God is everything. So God is the universe too. You understand? So chosen ones, the same way you wouldn't correct your mother when she calling all these different names. Now there's certain names that we don't acknowledge. So if they out here calling God specific deities and entities that you know is demonic, Baphomet and all of that, absolutely not. That's not our people. No, not familiar. Absolutely not. Fuck out of here. But chosen one, sometimes you get caught up in the name. So if they say Allah and you say Jah, or if they say Allah and you say God, the same way that your mom is calling you your sister, your brother, but you know who she looking at, and don't do it the same way you wouldn't correct her. You may say, oh, okay, like, say your name, but they like, who the hell I'm talking about. Stop playing like that. So God knows it too. So he knows who you're directing that attention, that recognition for. So don't get too caught up in the name. You understand? Because some of you be battling and y'all talking about the same thing. The same way that this person may call that person Raymond, right? And you like, who the fuck is Raymond? I don't know no Raymond. They like Raymond, shorty that looks like this, walks like this, they work. Oh, you talking about Ray. But like, oh, I call him Ray. His name's Raymond. Oh, all right. So, yeah, that's so-and-so. The other person like, Ray and Raymond, who the fuck is that? I don't know who it is. And then guess what? You describe him like, yeah, so-and-so, you know who I'm talking. And then they like, oh, that's Raymond. I thought you was the same thing, correct? So cut it out, all right? But let me say this again. God's not going to tell you what your next move, what he has in store for you, unless you do what he asked you to do. So the same way that you can think in your head, listen, if my children are listening today and they do the right thing, I'm about to give them this gift. I'm about to take them out and enjoy themselves. You want a surprise for them in a sense, right? That's the same way that God carries you too. He has certain surprises for you, certain bonuses that you get had you did what he asked you to do when he asked you to. So now, chosen ones, you ain't listen when he initially told you to make the moves in that direction. So now he's enforcing it and you're not getting rewarded for shit. So now you mad because you forced out of that situation, out of that position, out of that relationship, out of that job, away from those people, out of that friend group, whatever the case may be. You mad because you getting forced to, when you already had an offer presented to you. Had you made that move, you would have got rewarded for the things that you did, correct? All right, just making sure, right? So at this point in time, chosen ones, if God's guiding you to do it, it's not for you to sit there and think about how everything's going to get done. Your steps are already ordered. You just going to have to take them. You understand? This is like God already got your house set up at the place you about to be. He got this job position available for you that you're going to be applying it to and getting at. Your business is about to be booming. You about to be married. You about to have your children come through. You about to be around your true soul tribe, not that fake ass family of frauds that's out there using you. So chosen ones, you about to get what you want, but some of you out here dragging your feet. You understand? Because you don't know. You want God to break everything down and show you everything that he has. Absolutely not. Because think about that. If this person knew, look at how your people did you. When they knew they can get something from you, look how they treated you. So when they seen you had money, look how people was acting towards you. Shorty was showing attention towards you. So-and-so was trying to get to know you, was out here. You understand? When they feel like you had something beneficial for them, look how they carry you. Look when they feel like you in a position of power. Look when they feel like you in a position to assist them. So just like so-and-so who ain't got no crib to live in, they gonna kiss your ass and be all laugh at your jokes and all of that because they need a place to stay. But behind your back, they've been talking about you all damn day. They living in your crib and complaining about your crib to other people who didn't even invite them in. You understand? So I want you to know this, chosen ones. God's like, nope, because so-and-so's gonna act phony. Just like when you was little too. Think about this. You get Earth Day money, birthday money. You get allowance money, whatever the case may be. You get to go to the little ice cream truck. So everybody that be picking on you in the neighborhood, so-and-so that be trying to bully you, so-and-so that's trying to be mean to you, when they see that you got that bread and you have the ability to put something in their hand, look how they start trying to befriend you, right? You see how they start, all of a sudden they nice. Look at so-and-so, when you was in school, they bully you, but when your mother or your father came to eat with you, all of a sudden they acting all nice. They acting like they was your best friend, and you sitting there giving them the side eye like, they ain't even like that. Your mother like, so-and-so's the one that said, you said it's been bullying you, and you like, yeah, they just acting brand new because you heard. That's the same thing. So God's like, nope, I'm not about to show you everything that I got and I'm going to give to you, because there's certain people that's only going to want to join you because they see what you got coming through for you. That's why you a hidden gem, chosen ones. That's why I say you are undercover boss. If people knew the position that you was about to be put in, they would have continued to be all fraud. So when they felt like you ain't had finance the whole time, God had that wealth within. So any position that you get in, God's going to make sure that you're abundant. You planted multiple seeds. You understand me? God gives you. So think about how they say this, chosen ones. How they say some feminines, you're born with the amount of eggs that you're going to have as far as to be able to give birth with, right? So think about those seeds. Masculine, I'm talking about you too, right? Think about those seeds. Thank you, babies. That's what they use. So these are multiple options that you have. If you're a creative person, if you're a chosen person, God's going to have you have multiple. So if you're a creative person, you could do art, or an artistic person, right? So you do art, you're creative. You could do music. You could do clothes, you could do jewelry, you could draw art, you can paint art, you could weld art together. When you're creative, there's multiple areas that you can go into, correct? If you're somebody who likes photography, you can do videography, you could do videos, you can do magazines, you could do so on and so forth, correct? There's endless possibilities. So for you, chosen ones, God's like, you could do everything because there's multiple aspects of you. So if you like music, you could do music, but then you could still be a lawyer too. You could still be this, you could still be so on and so forth, because you have multiple seeds within you that all you have to do is place them under God, and that's that light in a sense. That's also God's going to water them. That's those affirmations in a sense. So therefore, chosen ones, you're going to have multiple areas of fruit. So you didn't plant in the tree. You didn't plant in multiple things. You didn't plant it this connection with this person, and you ain't even realize when you was assisting them when they was going through what they was going through, they sat there and put you on a list that they was like, soon as abundance comes to them, they gonna bless you too. So that's one seed you ain't even realize that you planted, right? But so that was tomatoes. Now you done sat there and went to this job position, assisted people when they needed guidance or they needed help and direction. You sat there and gave it all you got, right? So now you planted this seed over here too. So that's like almost you producing oranges from that. You got multiple harvests that's coming in, chosen ones. You got love that's coming in. You got finances that's coming in. You got opportunities that's coming in. You got memories that you're making. So you have multiple seeds. Don't sit there and just contain yourself in just one. Oh, you're just this. You got to be serious all the time. Absolutely not. You know, to be serious when it comes down to it, but you can still have a good vibe. You could be somebody, chosen ones, that you have these certain beliefs, but you could like this thing too. Chosen ones, when I tell you, as long as you in your divine energy, that's it. You don't have your one foot in the darkness and one foot in the light. You good. As long as you all the way in the light, you're going to be aligned. You understand me? So again, make your decision. But there's some of you chosen ones that want God to sit there and barter and bargain with you. Absolutely not. I told you, chosen ones, that when you have to compromise in a sense, that's not divine energy. Because compromising, let me say this now, the real definition of compromise is both of y'all making an agreement and promises together, right? Being unit together. But other people and what they made the word compromise is when you got to settle. That's what they made. So if you settling, chosen ones, you're not settling down. You're finding somebody to elevate with. You're finding somebody to grow with. You're growing from this state to that state. You're growing from this place to that place. See, this is why I say it's more important for you to start with yourself. You healing you, right? You sitting there removing certain bounds and bonds that's placed on you, certain cycles that were connected to you, because then you'll be authentically you, right? you're in your raw moment. That means, again, everything that you do, you know that you'll be held accountable for, not somebody else's actions. So this is you being responsible for you, right? When you disconnected from karmic cycles, even ones that were sent from your mother, father, sister, brother, lover, whatever the case may be, right? So you found yourself. That's the first thing. You healed yourself. See, people thought that you was moving backwards. They talking about they was going to get money first and then figure all that other shit out. You're not going to get the money and have it stay around if you are not good within. How Lauryn Hill say, how you going to win if you not right within? Your ass won't. You understand? And you didn't. And you starting to see that now. So you healed yourself. You removed everybody else from you. So that's almost like taking so-and-so off your lease because they bring too much trouble. That's like you making sure you're not co-signing so-and-so's car because you know that damn well they ain't got no L's. You're not going, you would the same way that you wouldn't sign a contract or be driving around with somebody that got consequences or hits out on them. The same way that you shouldn't be interacting with people every day that's not the same way that you don't have the same morals as you. Because some of y'all getting hit with straight karmic bullets that don't even belong to you. It belongs to the people that you with. They knew that karma and drama is after them, so they try to run to you so that you could spare them from what they're going to go through. So it's less impact. So you've been getting hit with all of that while they've been getting spared and they the one that's starting the shit. Absolutely not. That's like somebody who got a big mouth and they know that you the fighter of the group. So they talk all this stuff and then they sit there and bring your name up so that you can handle these individuals. I'm not, absolutely not. Whatever you involved with is what you're going to be held responsible for. So don't be out here wrapped up with people who got bad karma and consequences coming to them. They've been out here scamming. I'm telling you, some of y'all got exes that's going to try to return that are getting booked now for that PPP shit that they didn't years ago. So they thought that they got away. They thought that loan was forgiven. See, it would have been forgiven had you was supposed to get it in the first place. But you scam. You ain't even have no business. So you ain't had no business applying to that shit. You ain't have no business that you was actually applying to that shit. So therefore, chosen ones, they didn't get away. God just sat there and allowed them to add more on. So when people feel like they got away with something, God just has them add more time. And he takes down whoever was connected to them that has that same ways as them. So these fraudsters, that PPP shit, thank you so much. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you, Robert. All of those people that did the PPP and they thought they got away, they getting booked, and you have to realize that. There's some of you that's talking about, oh, you wish you would have had it come up off of that. You did what you were supposed to do, so now you get that come up and you ain't got to be watching your back. See, you sat there and was paranoid, and the whole time you did what you were supposed to do. So imagine what those people are going through. You was paranoid because of the magic that they were sending to you. Now they got those demons that they sent out returning back to them because those demons couldn't attack you nor attach to you because you was in your divine energy. So now those demons are going back. Now they getting karma. The people who were once so high up are now falling. They money is getting tight. They drink. I'm telling you, they drinking. They doing drugs, they looking crazy, they look beat the fuck up, they look run down, they aging in damn dog years at this point in time, they aging in puppy years at this point in time. I'm trying to tell you, and it's because chosen ones, all that karma is coming back to them. They tried to use you, they thought again they could take advantage of you, but that magic is coming back to their ass. Now I tell you this, chosen ones, because some of you, this is not to ruffle your feathers, but you know I'm gonna keep that shit funky with you. When you had the evil eye on you, chosen ones, that attracts evil eye towards you. For some reason, you feel like the evil eye keeps the evil eye from coming in. That's like somebody talking shit to you and you talking shit back to them, and they, guess what they're going to do? Talk shit back to you. It's going to keep on going. So it's a magnet, right? So I say this, think about the two pieces of a magnet. If one is not facing the other, they're not connecting. But if this one's facing each other, then they connect them, right? So be cautious of the evil eye, or even you saying, chosen ones, oh, well, I'm sending, I return this back to you. I'm saying, be cautious. No, it's getting returned back to them, but it's a difference of you speaking it on them and you speaking what God's telling you to. So it's like, I call judgment. That means you present the case in front of God. I call judgment on anybody doing ill intentions on me. I call judgment on anybody with sending magic towards me. I call judgment on anybody that tries to tap into my energy. You calling judgment is not judging them. That's you presenting the case in front of God, who has that gavel in his hand. What which also has that jury, which is your peers. So God's going to ask other people too around this person, have they did the same to you? So God's going to listen. You understand? So you present the case to God. That means you call judgment. This is not you saying, oh, I wish so-and-so gets that. No, because that means you speaking upon them then. You simply say, I know that anybody who crosses me is going to get what they sent to me. There's a difference. I'm not wishing that upon you. I'm telling you, you send that shit to me, you getting it too. I'm not sending it to you. I'm simply declining the order. So think about that. Think about if somebody sent something to you or business sent something to you in the mail and you no longer wanted that item, you got to decline it, right? You got to reject it. No, thank you. So that's what you do. You don't match the energy. You don't say, I send this back to you and I wish this on you. Absolutely not. And I don't even wish you well. I wish you the life that you deserve. Thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate you, Tawana. But we wish you the life you deserve. That's why I say, even when you're talking about your enemies, you don't say, I pray for them. I pray that they find what they look. I pray that they find clarity before it's too late. I pray that they know that they shouldn't have played with me in the first place. But you don't pray on behalf of their strength, because you're giving strength to them for them to attack you. You have a God-chosen one that's an eye for an eye type of, not even an individual. Energy. You understand? Because God's in everything. Energy is everywhere. So just know that, right? Also, side note, but be cautious, because some of you say, if you say in Jesus' name, amen, that's different, right? Because Jesus was a prophet and he was in man form. But when you say in God's name, do not say amen afterwards, because God is not amen. God is everything. You are limiting him by saying that. That's almost a spell. Now, again, you go based upon what you want to say. But when you say prayers, chosen ones, at the end, say in God's name, and that's leave it to God. Don't say amen, because that limits it. That's almost like, okay, well, God only has this power in this aspect, when no, he has power over everything, okay? So be cautious with that, all right? Just to say that, okay? So just be mindful. Also, no disrespect, but a lot of you give Jesus the praise when God created him. So know that Jesus was a prophet, chosen ones. There's so much more that you have to know. That the Bible that you have, there's various versions, because there's various stories. This Bible focused on Jesus. The other Bible that there is, another story. Take off the term Bible. If you think of like book, right? A book that's informative. This story was about, this biography or autobiography was about Jesus. There's other prophets and prophetess that they refuse to allow you to know, right? So again, we're not saying that there's more than one God. Absolutely not. I'm going to say that. Like, I stand on that, right? You may have a different name. However, there's many prophets and prophetess. You've seen that in the Bible that they have displayed, right? You done seen that there's various people that God used. Moses, Noah, so on and so forth. So, chosen ones, when I say this, know that sometimes y'all are giving power into the prophet, but not the power. So just like you would say, oh, this phone charger works quick. You discredit the fact that you need electricity in order for that to even plug in, right? So that's not downsizing or downgrading or downplaying the charger. Yes, the charger works quick, but the charger only has the ability to work because of the energy from the electric, which is God. Okay, so just like pertaining to gifts, I always say I appreciate y'all giving me my recognition pertaining to me being a prophetess and doing what God, but God gave me the gifts. It's because I listen. That's it. There's some of you that are asking, why is this person got this and got that? It's because they was obedient when God asked. They ain't questioning them. We God's right hand and right hand mans. You understand? We're somebody that, what happened? Oh, all right, cool. We ain't asking second question. We gonna know when we get there why we needed to make this move. There's some of you that question God too much. You got to know there's karma that comes between that. Why do you think God doesn't rock with the devil? Because Satan started to try to go against him. Satan started to question him. Satan sat there and tried to have people team up against him. So the fact that you show loyalty to God, that you ride when he asks you to ride, and you're not sitting there questioning it, you get rewarded for that. You understand? So trust in the process. Some of you, yeah, you listen to God, but look how difficult it was for you to even listen. Yes, you clean up your rooms, but how many times did your mother had to ask you? Yes, you sat there and did this, but how many times did you have to be reminded? Now your ass and set yourself back. I'm glad that you grasp it, but some of y'all are complaining because some people get it before you, and you don't even know what that person did in order to get those things. Some of them was out here scamming, lying, deceiving, so God gave them a quick glimpse of what they could have got had they did the right thing. There's some people, chosen ones, that are actually getting it because of lifetimes and lifetimes of the things that they went through. Certain people that they removed from cycles that they were going through. So now they get rewarded, and you out here complaining because it's not you, and that's why it's not coming through, because you're so worried about everybody else. God and may sat there and had certain abundance come through, but you worried about everybody else. Negatively, not even positively. You're not worried about this person because you're concerned about them. You want to speak life into them. You out here comparing yourself to them. Oh, so-and-so got a new whip. So-and-so also got to work 24 hours out the damn day. Can't spend time with their kids in order to pay for it. So-and-so also sat there and had the other person. So-and-so had many years where they was walking. Now they got rewarded with this car, and you feeling a certain type of way. Get out of here. I'm telling you, there's some of you, oh, how so-and-so got a love that loves them, nurtures them, respects them, pours into them, wants to cater to them. So why are you mad that this person is putting the other person on the pedestal when had you did or been who you were supposed to, you would attract your new boo too? So there's some of you chosen ones that stop worrying about everybody else. You focus on yourself. You in the middle of your manifestations. That's it. You in the middle of your manifestation. You went from staying on other people's couch, crying about not having a place for yourself. Now you crying because all your money that you have goes towards those bills that your ass was praying that came into fruition. So therefore, if God gave you that place and now you crying because you have to work in order to maintain those things, and God's telling you, if I did this for you, what you think I'm going to do for you again? You about to get that upgrade. So if I sit there and gave you a house when you had no place to live, don't you think that I'm going to give you more abundance then, or I'm going to sit there and put you, come on now, show what you can do with what God gave you first. This is like if somebody told you I could turn that 5 into 500. Some of y'all's baby fathers, baby mothers, your exes, then bamboozled your ass for years. Every year they said they was going to flip some shit, and guess what? They didn't. But you was trusting them, huh? So-and-so, you sat there and believed they was going to put that ring on your finger 10 years later. They asses is still talking about we going to see about it. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. So again, chosen ones, know that God is making certain moves, but you really are at the pace. You set the pace. So those people who do what God asked to do sooner, guess what? Without complaining or crying, like you might be a little tired waking up. Like, what happened? It's like you getting woke out your sleep. Hey, yo, come ride with me. And you like, all right. You asking questions as you going. Like, where we going to? You paying attention, but you know that you riding with that individual. That's what's going to happen. So some of y'all asking what's next. Have you did what he asked you to do first? Oh, how you going to survive if you leave that job? Your ass won't know until you do it. Why would he tell you what he gonna do for you just for you to not do it? Absolutely not. Or you just to do that. That's just like some of your chosen ones, no disrespect, but some of your, oh, I'm gonna give to this person because I know God's gonna give it back. And God hitting you with that portion. Who said that? Who said that? Because I told you that so-and-so ain't shit. I told you that so-and-so was going to be limited. So now they don't got enough money to pay their bills, and they coming to you, and God said absolutely not. Don't give to that individual, but you gave to them. Now you can't pay your shit. And you talking about God's going to give you that abundance because you had good intentions, but God told you it was a negative person that you was intending to do for. So absolutely not. You don't get reward for assisting the enemy. You don't get that point that you made, just like if you make a goal on somebody else's goal. If you make a touchdown on somebody else's goal, you make a 3-pointer on somebody else's goal, you don't get the point, they do. So why would God reward you when you sat there and assist those? And absolutely not. They don't have it because they're not supposed to. There's some of you chosen ones that second guess, and I'm going to get up off of here. Now, I will say this, chosen ones, if you want to know where you at in all of this, I got you. The links in my bio. I actually got a sale going on. I got $5 off all the services. So all of them, the price is already adjusted just to show my appreciation, chosen ones. But If you want to know what you got to let go of, what you got to do in order for you to get what God got for you, or if you want to know what so and so, I got you, all right? Links in my bio. If you do your coaching session, it shows on one, you can ask as many questions as you want, but just know I'm going to relate to you your past, your present, your future, things that you need to do, things that's stopping you, or so on and so forth, right? I got you, I promise you. So I will say this, chosen ones, with that being said, certain things are getting presented to you, but you're going to have to do what God asked in order for you to get them, okay? There's some of you chosen ones that you're thinking less about yourself because you may feel like you're not saving money. God's bringing money in and you could feel like, well, you paying bills and you ain't got nothing to save in a sense. And you feel like, whereas that other person could be saving bread, but think about why they could be saving it. There's some of y'all that work too hard. I have to say this. Yes, you're supposed to be a hard worker. You're supposed to do something for something. But there's some of you that the whole makeup of you is you working. And it's because if you don't, there's individuals that depend on you. Stop that. Because you get karma for blocking other people's progress too. Because if they only depending on you, they not finding their strength. They not living in their power. And they not where God needs them to be at this point in time that things are going to. So think of a domino effect. If everything is not divinely aligned and in perfect position, certain things are not going to tee off or click off or move unless this happens. So some of y'all been catering to your family too much. You've been working all the time, not taking care of yourself. You sat there and talking about you guys save money, but you're not doing shit that you want to do. You saving money so that you can help these other individuals. So you're not having a life of fun and leisure and doing things that you want. You're not buying things that you want to buy because if your mother needs something, you got to provide for her ass. If your brother needs something, you got to provide for them. There's some of y'all that y'all's people are in your finances way too much. They got access and they looking through your stuff. So change your passwords. Take off, change your emergency contacts to chosen ones to a person that you can trust. Because think of this too, who you're attracting around you. Would you want so-and-so who's cheating on you now, beating on you now, going to live with so-and-so, jumping back in and out of this house, in and out of your life, whatever the case may be? If you push came to shove, and you older and you needed that person to assist you, they wouldn't be able to do shit for you. So think about the person that you with. If they not caring for you now, they damn sure wouldn't be caring for you if you was limited and really needed to depend on them. You understand? So pay attention to that. Who you're surrounding yourself with, who you're aligning with, chosen ones, the right individuals, okay? So with that being said, pay attention. Also, emergency contacts, because there's some of y'all that got your family as your go-to person, and these are the people that if you, for some reason, had an accident and your ass was on certain breathing things, they would try to pull the plug early so that they can get the rewards from that. So there's certain family members that got insurance policies on you that they would not fight for your life. They will not fight for you. They will not fight for you to have an ability to be revived, whatever the case may be. As soon as they see you go through something, they'll instantly rule you out. They'll think about what they can get. Soon as you was to go, chosen ones, they'll be the same people that same day pawning your shit, taking your jewelry to this place, looking through your things. You know certain families, now I can say this, certain families where people passed away and all of a sudden that ain't shit uncle rushes in, wants to sell everything, wants to flip this, wants to get Big Mama's house, wants to sell Grandpa's shit, whatever the case may be. So make sure you got the right people on your emergency cards, emergency contact. There's somebody that you just came in contact with that you could trust them more than your own people. This is somebody that's going to fight for you, somebody that's going to sit there and live right for you, somebody that's going to pour into you, somebody that's not going to want to take from you. Certain one of yours. I have to say this, masculine energies as well, I'm talking to your ass because a lot of you, this is you. You sit there, well, divine feminists too, whoever this applies to, I'll say that. But divine masculines, I had to address you as well because some of y'all are working so hard for everybody else. Now, if your body runs down, your body breaks down, who's going to take care of you? Nobody. Not them motherfuckers. They're going to be on to the next person that can do for them. So say no now. All right? It's cool that you can do things for your people, but you are not to be saving them and spurring them, especially if God's telling them that they shouldn't be getting it. So there's some of you working hard while that other person laid up in the AC, the other person out there splurging their money, but when they need money for bills, they come to you for it. Absolutely not. Nope. God's aligning with you with somebody else in your life. So y'all got true love that's coming in that's not going to play about you. People that you're about to be aligned with. People that you're about to get to. And people that you don't have to do a lot for because they making moves too. So one of y'all's partner may be more financially abundant than the next. But that's because their opportunity got presented before the other person's. That means that the other person's is still coming in. You understand? So some of you chosen ones, you may be the partner that has more finances than your lover at first. But they have the initiative, they have the ambition, they have the purpose, they align, they're about to get it. You just got it a little bit before them, right? Or vice versa. This person could have it before you, but it's already aligned in your path that you're going to get it too. So even if you didn't run into this person, these things was already set out for you. Know that. But God's going to send people that's headed in the same direction. People who did the same work as you. So a lot of you, your true divine boo, y'all are reflecting at this point in time. You're going to know it because when you look through their pictures, they was doing shit that you was doing and you ain't even know them around that time. You're going to know, chosen one. So they could have went through this heartbreak, went through this disappointment, went through certain friends that betrayed them, and they so on and so forth. You went through it too. Y'all went through the darkness together so y'all can go through the light together too. You understand? So they went through the darkness. Think about that, right? And I'll get off of here. I'm not going to keep you too long, right? But listen to this, chosen ones, right? There's some of you that God, I always give an example, like when I was little, how I used to click off the lights intentionally just so I could see if I remembered how to get certain places or I knew where things were, right? So chosen ones, God will show you the quick glimpse. So that's you looking around the living room, your surroundings, a room, whatever the case may be, to see where things is. Then God will turn the lights off. That'll be you having to use your senses. So if God turns the light off, you're going to have to use other senses too. So if you can't physically see something, what you got to use? Your discernment, right? Your intuition. You can feel when something's close to you. You can hear your ears to hear certain things that's calling out to you. So that's why I say don't pay attention to the enemy trying to distract you, because when you in the dark, they're going to try to call out your name like this. You got to know what God sounds like and what you sound like too, right? What your tribe sounds like, whatever the case may be. Because the darkness is going to try to distract you too. So you heard certain shit getting called out. Some of the things scared you. Some of the things that was getting called out was trying to distract you. But there also was God calling out, and you knew, because every time you listen, you ain't running to no shit. But some of y'all chosen ones was listening to other things, got distracted a little bit, ran into the wall, but you learned that, right? You knew not to hit that shit. Once you stumped that toe, you start looking out a little bit slower. You took your time, correct? So that's what it is. Both of y'all was in the darkness, didn't even know each other was going through it. That's why I say, chosen ones, a lot of you have to realize you're going through the same thing as other individuals. When you going through it by yourself because you're the only person around, you think that the world's against you because you feel like everything bad's happening to you, but there's somebody else going through what you went through too at that same point in time. They breaking the cycle from their family. They overcoming certain demons. So when you see people in the comments talking about this is their story, how can other people have the same stories? It's because it's the same thing, right? But you thought that you was going through it by yourself. You wasn't. You were just isolated. That's like you having virtual glasses on where it seems like you the only one there, but other people are in the room too. It's your vision, it's your view, it's your perspective, baby. All right? So just know that there's other people that were on the path that you were on the path too. They overcame what you overcame too. They used their other senses. That's why when they give the descriptions of angels, they have all of these eyes, because every point of view really is an eye, in a sense. So you got your third eye, you got your two eyes, you got the eye in the back of your head, your hands got portals through them, your underpits got portals through them, your private parts got portals through your kneecap, so on and so forth. You understand? So you are a guardian angel. You are an angel on earth. Some of you chosen ones, you gotta know your worth, because some of you don't know what you can do because you don't even know who you are to do it, right? So some of you don't even know what all you can do because you ain't know what you were. You understand? So you might thought you was the basic the whole time. It's like, baby, nah. You got this. You got the new phone. You could do certain things that you couldn't do. You understand? So you thinking like you a flip phone the whole time, baby, nah. All right, but listen, I got to get up off here. I promise you I'm going to come back tomorrow for another session. If you want something more personal, Chosen Ones, the link's in my bio. I will post this on YouTube for you. All I ask you to do is come through, show love, just by viewing, sharing to somebody that you feel needs to hear it, liking, commenting, whatever the case may be. I just want to make sure, Chosen Ones, that we are divinely aligned. Just know I'm praying on behalf of you. I love you. I believe in you. If you need me, I got you, babies. All right? But y'all continue to be great. If you need me, you know how to reach me, okay? Be great, babies. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Tawana, thank you, beautiful. Y'all have a good one.